Good morning, 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 morning. Channel 4 News is a wonderful smorgasbord, orcasbord. That is BBC continues to cover astronaut, astronaut Tim Peake. That's him right there. Look at him, safe and comfortable in his polo shirt. In a room that looks kind of familiar. Hmm. I often wondered if they could do space simulation in the bottle of a silo just by, like magnetically levitating, then dropping, magnetically levitating, then dropping. But regardless, you can do what's going on here in an airplane. I just want to pause it right quick, see if I can compare it to something. All right. So this is from the live launch stream that I did a previous commentary on. And I just want you to take the general construction, the general layout of these rooms. I don't think these images are detailed enough to try to pick out which room that guy is in. But you know what? It might just be a copy of a room. Back when I was a teenager, I used to work construction, remodeling Burger Kings. And we'd go in and basically make every Burger King look the same exact way. That's all anyone would have to do here. Just, Burger King. Just another franchise, just another restaurant. You always know what you're looking for when you see whatever your favorite restaurant is. And in your favorite chain restaurant, it all looks the same. You go in, everything looks the same. They got the same kinds of chairs, the same kinds of decoration, the same fake fish on the walls, some places. Like, I don't know if most people are aware, but they should be. There's this thing called mass production. Well, it helps with mass deception. So, yeah, I got this off that crazy Jesus guy's channel. You know him. What an asshole. But here's what I want to ask anybody who's among these 451 people here. I would like to ask you to check out this video here. This is not monetized. This is one of the videos that hackers or whoever, they refuse to monetize. It's because I'm criticizing the real empire that's out there. Okay? You don't have to watch this. This one's kind of freaking funny. It's actually kind of hilarious. Most of the ones with me and her on them, my wife and I, they're really funny. So if you're a fan of my videos right here, you're really missing out. See, 451 views, 80 views. You guys need to be checking out the Two Witness News. Trust me, it's pretty entertaining. I mean, even like it's one of the things that got us both over the awkwardness of watching ourselves. Now we actually somewhat enjoy watching our little thing here. 243 views on that one. I think because we talked about Russia too much, that one got demonetized. I gotta stop talking about this before this one gets demonetized. All right, so let's go back to Tim Peake. I'm skipping by this stupid little story. Shut up. Oh look, the microphone can float for 5 seconds. Wow. That means everything's falling at the same pace. Big deal.
Hello, Fred. Yes, of course, I'm still in love with
You know,
science.
look at the construction of the
Science is
room.
what got me up
See
here,
the
and
way
science is
everything's
what's going
made.
to bring me back home safely. So, definitely. And yeah, great wishes and hello to everybody who watches now.
Tim, David Shookman, BBC News again. We're all getting lots of questions for you on social media.
Look at that. Nice photo there in the side over here. Again with the no stars.
And
it looks like freaking evening time. You know, it's not even midday. There's not that much reflection. You should see freaking stars.
a couple here are, how easily does water boil?
Another one back there with no stars.
Does the tea taste different up there?
Well, the second part of your question is the far most important, so I'll answer that first. The tea actually tastes surprisingly good. I was really delighted. I have my tea, and my method of using a kind of teapot and decanting it from one pouch to another is working really well. So yes, I'm enjoying my tea up here. And as regards to water, we don't boil water for.
You know, I was thinking yesterday. I know. Oh shit, he was thinking. One possible rationalization that people might have, the ones that are in the know, in the hoaxes and everything, when they're doing this, is that they might think that they're actually doing simulated prep for when they one day figure out how the hell to do it. And, well, you got to keep that funding alive, right?
Any of our cooking, the water dispenser is only hot. It's about 87 degrees Celsius. But we're in the same atmosphere here that you are back on Earth. The same pressure, same temperature, about the same humidity. The only thing that's different up here. Yes, but we're in the same atmosphere here that you are back on Earth. The same pressure, same temperature, about the same humidity. The only thing that's different up here is we have about 10 times the level of carbon dioxide. So water will boil at 100
gassy
degrees up here, no different to back on planet Earth.
Hi Tim, Tom Cheshire from Sky News again. You're looking fairly comfortable in zero gravity. Just wondering whether you had mastered zero gravity somersault.
No stars.
If so, whether you'd give us a 12.
All right, now hold on for a second.
I definitely haven't mastered it. I'll give you.
See that? See where he's looking right over here? Now, this thing goes up and it goes down. Okay? I don't know why he's sitting there bouncing or whatever. I guess he's like sitting there bending his knees, trying to look like he's buoyant or whatever. Okay? But he's about to admit that he's not very good at faking this yet. And he's looking over right there off to the right over here. If you can see his eyes, just make sure it doesn't show. He's looking over this way. Okay? Somewhere over here, off camera, is maybe a red light, maybe a laptop display or a LCD screen, right? That tells him when zero gravity is going to be ready. Tells him when to brace and fake it. Okay, just a little light behind the camera is all you would need, but you know, it's behind the camera, so I don't know what the hell it is, do I?
Go try and I'll show you just how bad it is.
All right, so.
I definitely haven't mastered it. I'll give you a.
Looking over there.
Try and I'll show you just how bad it is.
All right. So.
In zero gravity, just wondering whether you had.
He hasn't really been looking over there the whole time he's been speaking. Okay? Not looking anywhere right there. See, he's not looking anywhere. He's looking right at the camera the whole time he's speaking, and he's doing his little bounce at the knees thing.
zero gravity somersault? And if so, whether you'd give us a 12.
Looking over to the left. Yeah, I think it's about time I can do a zero gravity somersault.
I definitely haven't mastered it. I'll give you a try and I'll show you just how bad it is.
Looking to the left.
I definitely haven't mastered it. I'll give you a try and
Left.
I'll show you just how bad it is.
Now watch closely. Oh, gravity. Shit.
That was great.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, and that wasn't very perfect. Whatever the blinking light was, whatever the indicator was, apparently there's some kind of timing involved. And he didn't get the timing right, did he? Oopsie daisy. Ain't that a bitch.
Mastered it. I'll give you a try and I'll show you just how bad it is.
That was great.
Practice makes perfect. Give me another week.
Give me another week to get the timing right. Oh!
That was great.
Practice makes perfect. Give me another week.
Tim, we watched you say goodbye to your wife and your two little boys this Christmas Day. What will you be doing and what will you be thinking about?
You know, the other possibility is the whole advancements in magnetic at a quantum level. Okay. It could be the case that it's not just a copy of that facility that I showed in my other video. It could be the case that that's actually that facility and that we are dealing with some kind of electronically controlled magnetics. You'd have to basically build and maintain and control the array itself in real time. Like it'd have to be a fluid array, like inside of a very modern suspension damper, shock absorber. So it might not be that he's in a plane. It might be that this machine, whatever it is, can only work for so long. Maybe the indicator is charging, charging, charging. Clear.
Tim, we watched you say goodbye to...
And I'll show you just how bad it is.
Charging, charging, charging. Not clear anymore. Not clear.
That was
not
great.
Clear.
Practice makes perfect. Give me another week.
That was a bit of a sudden jolt.
Tim, we watched you say goodbye to your wife and your two little boys this Christmas Day. What will you be doing?
Now make sure after you show the thing that's physical, you do something emotional so they can't think about it analytically.
What will you be thinking about?
For both myself and Tim Cooper is going to be this afternoon. We have three main exercise devices, a bike machine, a running machine, and a weightlifting machine that uses vacuum cylinders to give the resistance so that we can exercise our muscles. And really, I think it's great motivation because working out up here is a chance to listen to some music, to really, get some good exercise, and you feel like you want to exercise because you're spending all this time just floating, your muscles are completely relaxed. You do feel like you want to actually get onto a bike or a running machine and do some work.
Tim, Fred Dinage from ITV Meridian yet again. Tim, tell us about the challenges that face you in the coming weeks and months, the things you have to do, the things you're looking forward to, the things you're dreading.
I have to keep my pillow sheds very well cleaned and pressed. Make sure the spitting microphone doesn't get away from me.
Well, firstly, Fred, there's absolutely nothing I'm dreading. Life up here is absolutely spectacular. There are certainly some challenges ahead. We've got a very busy schedule, both with the science program, the visiting vehicles as well. We currently have a Cygnus vehicle docked, which we're unpacking. That's taking a lot of time to unpack that. Preparations for potential spacewalks EVA are ongoing, and of course, with a future SpaceX vehicle that comes up, there'll be even more science on board that too. So plenty of work to do over the next 6 months.
Tim, David Shukman, you've had some messages from some very interesting people. Her Majesty the Queen.
He just looked over to the left right before the camera cut
Also
away, so we could see whether or not he could
Next 6
spin the
months.
microphone again, I guess. Hold up.
Tim, David Shukman, you've had some messages from some very interesting people. Her Majesty the Queen and also Elton John. What was your reaction to that?
Yeah, I was just imagining things.
It was absolutely astounding. And again, as I said, I kind of felt a bit isolated.
Oh, but he didn't spin the microphone.
So I was catching up with all of this once I got on board the station, and people were telling me, "Hey, did you realize you had a tweet from Her Majesty, etc." So I was absolutely blown away. It's a huge honor, obviously, to receive that, and I'm just so glad that so many people across the UK. And as I said, I kind of felt a bit isolated, so I was catching up with all of this once I got on board the station, and people were telling me, "Hey, did you realize you had a tweet from Her Majesty, etc." So
So what he's saying maybe doesn't make sense, and the little warning light or something came off. And looking to the left of the screen again. I'm not sure I understand it. That looks like what's happening, and then he goes into rhetorical dodge.
I was absolutely blown away. It's a huge honor, obviously, to receive that, and I'm just so glad that so many people across the UK have been enthused by this mission, and certainly I'm so glad that so many of the children have enjoyed it. And I saw those
So clearly, he's got some kind of little prompter keeping him on script, telling him what to say and when to do things.
wonderful pictures from the Science Museum in London, and I just thought that was incredible, absolutely spectacular, and phenomenal support. And I would like to say a huge thank you, of course, to everybody who has supported me throughout this mission.
Hi Tim, Tom Cheshire from Sky News. Sleeping presents its difficulties. Astronauts get woken up by cosmic rays on their retina. Have you been bedding in that respect?
I think I've been.
Yeah, this whole video is 10 minutes long. It could all be done in one free fall. You know? It might be just like they might have some kind of, if it's in an airplane, they might have some kind of turbulence radar. Maybe in the middle of the somersault, you hit turbulence.
Fairly fortunate. I'm enjoying sleeping. I haven't actually tied my sleeping bag down at all. I actually quite enjoy just floating around the crew quarter. You're not going to go anywhere. It's very small, so you might occasionally bounce off a wall, but it's a very gentle nudge. And I have seen one flash on the retina on my first night.
Tim, it's Alok Jha from ITV News again.
X-ray
you
in the
told me when we met
membrane.
in Star City a few weeks ago that you wanted
X-ray
to see
in
the
the
new
brain.
Star Wars movie. Have you seen it yet? Or if you're not, when will you?
No, we haven't seen it yet. We're very excited about the Star Wars movie. I think we're all fans up here. And I believe that on the 21st, we may get to see that up here on the space station. So a little bit later than everybody else, but hey, what a spectacular place to watch Star Wars.
Star Wars is not science.
Tim, are you still looking forward to doing a spacewalk now that you're up there in space?
More so than ever. When I went to the cupola yesterday and I watched both a sunset and a sunrise at different times, and looking outside of the space station is incredible. And to think that you might actually be out there on a spacewalk when that happens is going to be the most incredible sensation ever.
Checked over there to make sure he did a good job with that answer.
Special message for
Good
your
job.
former Army Air colleagues?
Polo power.
I would like to say a huge thank you to everybody at the Army Air Corps at Millwall. There was both a launch party celebration going on, and also I received a fantastic good luck message. So really just to say thank you to everybody who has supported me. And again, I look forward to sharing this mission when I get back as much as I can with you.
Tim, Fred Dinage for the last time. Amazing scenes, particularly in West Sussex at the launch. Great scenes at your old schools. Any Christmas message for all your many admirers in West Sussex, indeed, right across the south, right across the UK?
Well, Fred, you know, in about an hour and a half, we've got the most wonderful pass right over the south of England. So I will be sending lots of good Christmas messages, good luck, and Happy New Year to everybody. Again, thank you very much for enjoying the launch and supporting this mission, and have a great Christmas and a great New Year to everybody back home.
Tim, first topic, Deutschland Radio for Tour. Is you serious to run the London Marathon in space?
Yeah, we just can't get enough publicity stunts.
Absolutely, yes. I think my first time on the treadmill is going to be over the weekend, and so that will introduce me to my harness. But I've got until April to get used to the system and to get enough miles up so I'm ready for my marathon event. But I'm really looking forward to running the London Marathon definitely next year.
Tim, this is Jules again. It was great talking to you. Everyone at ESC is delighted, and see you soon. ESC is delighted.
Yeah. They don't have any models. Certainly no models of the space station. They never film anything with just models. They sure wouldn't have mass-produced the models enough to where they had parts lying around to decorate the ceilings of random, funding promotion events? Keep sending us your money. We will continue to pay ourselves very well for doing very little of substance. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And do check out the Two Witness News. Sitka and Maltz might be a little much for some people. I understand that. But failure to open up your mind to an alternative perspective is the equivalent of holding your ears and closing your eyes and going, la la la, I'm not listening. Because you just have to take a little bit of responsibility in your analysis of what's going on in the world. And you have to understand that if somebody's telling you to deny that the enemy is real, maybe they work for the enemy. Thanks a lot, guys. Peace.